I hit some good spots on it and felt really good, and then the rest of the show was just having fun.
Nice. Now, I've talked to you about meeting Randy Rhoads before, but recently we lost Eddie Van Halen. Did you? Yeah. Being in L.A. for so long, did you ever have a chance to meet up with Eddie, and got any memory or anything you could share?
Yeah, I met him a couple times, and he was always really nice. Of course, he first time, I think it was around 93 or 4, I was doing a solo album for a Japanese label, and Andy Johns had just gotten done producing the For Unlawful Knowledge, Cardinal Knowledge album. And so Andy was helping me out. Me and Andy had gotten to be friends during some sessions prior, and I was surprised that Andy, we produce this with me, and he's like, yeah, I'm free. I just got done, and really excited about this Van Halen record. So he came over, and I showed him I was going to record it at home, and he came over and saw my rig, and he goes, well, we need some bigger speakers. I need my big speakers and need a power amp. Let's go up to Ed's house and get some stuff. And I'm like, go to Ed's house? What do you mean? He goes, we'll just go up to Ed's studio, 5150, and we'll get some stuff. The guys are great. They're all really cool. I'm like, okay. So we drive up there, and I'm standing outside. I was a smoker at the time. I was standing outside having a smoke. And 5150 is up above. It's got a little road that kind of U-turns and comes up this hill above where Eddie was living. And up comes this Range Rover, and Eddie jumps out, and he's like, hey, who are you? I'm like, I'm Doug, I'm here with Andy. He goes, what? Andy's here? Hey, cool, man, come on in. And he's like, hey, you want a beer? Come on. Super nice, and just chatted a minute, and then we borrowed the speakers, a power amp, a baritone guitar, and a bass from the studio. And so that was really cool. And then during the mixing of that record, we were working at a place called Ocean Way in Los Angeles, and we were mixing, so Andy would start mixing in the daytime, and I would come in at night and do some overdubs or whatever, and anything I needed to do to finish it. So I was doing an overdub one night, and there's an EBO part where it's like a magnet. It's like makes the guitar sustain.
Yep.
So I'm doing this medley on the EBO, and some legs come right in front of my eyes, like standing right in front of me, looking, and I look up, and it's Eddie. I'm like, whoa! He's like, what are you doing? I go, I'm tracking this part. He goes, oh, cool, keep going, And I kept going. I didn't stop, and he hung out for a minute, talked to Andy, and then he split. So it was both those times were brief, and then the last time I got to meet him was still was brief, but this band I was working with had an opening date. We were doing a French tour, acoustic tour, but we had an opening date, an electric date with opening for Van Halen when they had Sammy Hagar, and on it was the Seventh Sign album, I think. And so we show up to the gig, we're doing sound check, and my rig sounded great, but I had this really bad buzz going on, and Eddie was really kind. His crew was really kind, and Eddie said, let give him some clean power, let him have some good power, and he let me use his power generators, and so it was like crystal clear tone again. Yeah, he was just really nice. He was never intimidated by anybody, probably, of course, and so he had no reason to be nice. And I remember stories of Eddie's say, like, people used to play tricks on them when they were supporting bands because they were afraid they were going to get blown off the stage.
Oh yeah, I imagine.
But yeah, he was really nice, and we talked for a little bit, and I said, I met you. I was with Andy, and I met you. He goes, oh yeah, I remember that. And at that time, he had a bum leg. His hip was kind of not.
Oh yeah.
He was getting ready, so he was on crutches, and just in spite of all that, still super nice. And I when they were doing their sound check, I went to the very back of the arena, sat there, and just like pretended I was a kid again, watching Eddie for the first time. It was like great. It was great.
Oh, I can imagine that would be cool. Now, one last question we got. Now, the song "Far Away" closes out the album. You think that song could have benefited from maybe adding some cowbell, especially during your cool solo?
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I just heard. Yeah, let's hear it. Let me hear it. Let me imagine it in the song.
That's a little fast. That's a little fast, but
I think that song. I said to Glenn, I go, if we can get this right, it's gonna be really mega. It's gonna be like a epic track. But Daisies hadn't really done that before,
Yeah.
And so I feel like if we got it right, it'd be really cool. And I think we got it like 95% right. And there's always something you would change or do. And now you've pointed right at it. The missing cowbell part.
That's it. Well, just remember to bring that up next time you guys are recording. Hey, we need some cowbell.
Now, Doug, we always let the artist pick the song out of the interview, and you can play something from the new Holy Ground or anything else from your catalog that you want to pick out.
Let's play Chosen and Justified right now.
Cool.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Sorry, I was just going to say it's a real fun, simple track, and Glenn sounds great on it. So, Chosen and Justified for you.
Sweet.
All right. Well, Doug, we appreciate you coming on the show again. You are always welcome back here at Rock and Metal Revival.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me again. And always thank you for your support. We love you guys, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully sometime later this year. We'll see, fingers crossed.